How y'all doing? Welcome back to the Fadeaway. I'm your host, Vinny Semeniuk, with my co-host, Ryan Craig, and Jabez Jalen Vernier. We're back at it again. We got a couple of controversial topics, including some controversial players and some controversial leagues today. Let's get right into it. So today we're going to start off with some NBA talk. LeBron not getting any votes on the NBA best players poll from any of the NBA scouts. How do we feel about that? Let's start with Ryan Craig.
Yeah, I think it just shows that what the actual league thinks of LeBron at this point. That he is in fact washed up, as he is self-proclaiming on Twitter. So, I mean, I if you watch him play, he doesn't look the same. Even his numbers are drastically declining each season. Um, I mean, in 2018, he peaked out when he went on that run with Jeff Green and Kevin Love to the NBA Finals. Getting a notification here. Let me click off on that. But, yeah, I mean, LeBron, he's not even the best player on his own team anymore. And it's, in my opinion, sad to watch.
Definitely put him in a spin cycle this year. I mean, he's 37 goddamn years old. Like, how do you expect to be the best player in the league when you get a bunch of guys that are 25, 26, not even 30 years old? And they're like, we got some ballers now, Braun. You need to step down. I think it's a little like egotistical. And I guess you need to keep that to be good in the game. But like, dude, at this point, you need to take a seat. Like, you're washed. You got kicked out
Braun
first
isn't
round
gonna
playoff.
just take a step down though. I mean that's who he is. He's gonna act like he's gonna hand it off to Anthony Davis and Westbrook, but in reality, I mean I think we all know Braun's gonna want to do.
End up pretty
Basically,
poorly.
it was inevitable that he was gonna start to decline at some point. This I've been thinking KD has taken over for, I don't know. To me, I'm a little bit biased. I think it's been since 2014 that he's been the best player. But LeBron has still been, he's been awesome on the stat sheet. With the eye test, it's tough to call. I mean, I'm trying to be as open-minded as possible here. And I think KD taking it to LeBron's crib, back-to-back game threes, I think that is what solidified it. And, Bron still one of the all-time greats, but, it's been a while since he's been the best player in the league.
This is a little off topic, but I mean, LeBron reminds me of someone like Tommy Morrison. If you guys know who that is, he was a boxer back in the day, and I think that with this big ego of his, he's gonna keep thinking he's the best, trying to keep playing like he's the best, and it's just not gonna work for him as he's aging. I mean, the guy's almost 40 years old, so in like 2 years, 3 years, when he gets up there, he's gonna still think that he's the best and try to play like that. But like, I think it's gonna hurt him health wise. I think that he's gonna have to start really looking into stepping out of the game in the next couple of years. I know he wants to play with his son, but like, at what point are you gonna really have your regression? Like Jordan,
LeBron's ego isn't going to let him retire before 42. I think he's going to do exactly what Tom Brady's doing right now. LeBron, I think we'll see him for at least another 5 years.
catch LeBron.
I mean, we're going to
Bootsy chairs, the electric wheelchair when his knees don't work after.
we're gonna see him regress before our eyes on Christmas Day when they play the Nets. And Kevin Durant, I don't understand how anybody can say that Giannis is the best player in the world. I don't know how Giannis got five of, I believe it was 10 votes or something. What was that? Was that what it was?
I'm not sure.
10 votes.
It was something around that, though.
I think it was 10 votes, and Giannis got 5 of them, and I don't understand that. But I think that's total prisoner of the moment. Like, a month before 2 months ago, the guy was a joke, a meme on the internet because he couldn't shoot free throws. Now he's the best player in the world. Durant's the best player in the world. He's been the best player in the world. You can just watch him. Even in the Olympics, guy took over the Olympics. He's the only dude to ever average 20 points a game throughout the Olympics. I mean, that's a special stat. I mean, that means he's dominating. He's legit dominating, and he's going to dominate on Christmas. And is it in LA?
I'm honestly not sure. I think
If it is, he's going to dominate
is.
in Bron's house again, and probably, I don't even think it'll be close. So I was going to say it'd probably be another clutch shot, but I do think that the Nets will run away with that one.
It's gonna be a fun game. I'm super excited to watch. Not only Westbrook teaming up with LeBron and Anthony Davis, but that's just such a great storyline, and I think the NBA is going to push anything they can to get that matchup because, I mean, you've got LeBron, Kyrie, KD, Westbrook. This is something too good to pass up on, and I'm going to be watching almost every game.
I just hope Klay Thompson stays healthy this year when he comes back.
I do too.
Warriors beat the Lakers first round. That'd be a great matchup.
No doubt about it. But I think we should talk about the LeBron of the NFL, and that's Aaron Rodgers with his bogus off-season temper tantrum he's been having with
totally not biased right there.
Organization. And, he's 50-50 on retiring. Why doesn't he retire then? This guy's turning into Brett Favre, okay? Who retired every year, in Green Bay towards the end of his run. He says earlier in the offseason, that he wants everybody back, but then he wants a new contract worked out. I don't know how you want a new contract, but, want to keep everybody. It doesn't even make sense. I don't even believe, honestly, that he ever even really wanted to go to Denver or any other spot. This dude's just being a baby, man. He just wants, he wants to have a leverage play and have all the leverage and have Green Bay kowtow to him. And it's very annoying.
I mean, dude, when you got Jesus with cleats on, it's hard to deny him. He said that in his press conference that all of this was due to like the treatment that they were giving the guys that were on their way out, like all these legends that did crazy.
Dude, these guys weren't good anymore. Fucking Clay Matthews wasn't good anymore, bro.
They weren't good, but they weren't getting any treatment, like any respect.
Jordy Nelson, go look at the year Jordy Nelson had with the Raiders. He wasn't good. So is that wrong of management to get rid of guys that aren't good? Like, I don't understand.
So when these guys were towards the end of their contracts, he said that they just weren't being treated well from the organization as a whole. So, I mean, these guys probably weren't expecting a bunch of money when they were regressing like that, but Green Bay just canned them.
Boo-hoo, bro. It's about winning Super Bowls.
I mean, I guess, but when you have that much power, maybe you're trying to set these guys up and be a good teammate.
Back to Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he cares too much. I think he's in a state of mind where he's like, if we win, we win. If we don't win, we don't. He's obviously wanting this chip. He wants to win with Devontae. He wants to win with these guys. But at the same time, I mean, he doesn't really care about this management no more. I mean, he can get up and go whenever, and I think that is really weighing on the management right now because, I don't know how optimal they are to just throw in Jordan Love right now. They obviously spent a first-round pick on him, and if they were so confident that he was going to pan out, I think they would have just let Rodgers walk or push to trade him more, but that's obviously not the case.
Dude, I just don't like. This is what their job is as general managers, bro. Is to find young talent to replace the old dudes. So Rodgers is on his way out. He's 38. They need a young dude. They think it's Jordan Love, so they went for him. They did the same thing. He was Jordan Love fucking 15 years ago with Brett Favre. So, I mean, it's just that it's happening to him now and he's upset about it. That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, him coming out and winning MVP last year, I think they might have pulled the trigger a little bit too early on Jordan Love. I think he could easily play till 41. Got another 3 years in the tank. I mean, I think they were a little skittish on that, a little premature. Nobody wants to be premature, and I think that's what happened with them. So,
I mean, dude, but he can play till 41, and then what? Like the goal is to win Super Bowls, and they aren't winning Super Bowls, so they cannot win a Super Bowl without Aaron Rodgers too, and not pay him, $40 million a year. You know what I'm saying? So, they can lose an NFC Championship game with him not on the roster. So,
you're acting like Rodgers doesn't get him to the step before, like right to the doorstep every year, though. So it's
he sucks in the game. He sucks in the NFC Championship game all the time. Look at Seattle, 2014, he sucked. Atlanta, 2016, he sucked.
Atlanta had one of the best defenses that year.
San Francisco, 2019, he sucked.
Best defense that year.
In the fourth quarter against Tampa Bay, he sucked.
Tampa Bay, best defense in the league that year.
He's running into
the best teams.
Atlanta,
not only him.
Atlanta, dude, he got shit on by the Falcons, bro.
That was a shitty.
And the Niners were not the best defense in the league. They were a really good defense, but he's the GOAT, bro. He's Aaron Rodgers.
That Niners defense,
he should be able to dog these
the best defense
bro.
in the league. They were rated number 1, I think, that year. Number 2.
Who?
The Niners.
They were like 7th
when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, look it up. They were like 7th in scoring.
I'm talking about defense. Oh, defense. Oh, it's points allowed.
Points allowed. Yeah, 7th in scoring. Okay. Yeah.
But what do you? Oh man, I remember that's all
they were a really good defense, no doubt. So, but he sucks in these games. Like Tom Brady played that same Seahawks defense that he sucked against, and he beat them in the Super Bowl 2 weeks later.
It was close, though. Malcolm Butler.
That's
Tom Brady played that same Falcons team.
We're never going to see Tom Brady again.
Tom Brady played that same Falcons team that Rodgers got shit on 2 weeks later. And
Tom Brady under center is like when you played your fucking friend on Madden with the sliders put up, man. Like, it's different. Tom Brady's the best of all time.
I mean, a lot of people say Rodgers is better than Tom Brady.
I think Rodgers had a couple of seasons that he was better. I mean, I don't think that he's better than Tom Brady overall.
What, he's better against my Bears?
Rodgers is an undeniable talent. I think
with Major Wright,
Rodgers may be more talented than Tom Brady is. Tom Brady obviously has the accolades.
I think that's true individually.
Individually, it's you can compare it. It's tough to call. I mean, for a career, Tom Brady obviously takes the cake there, but Aaron Rodgers as a talent, you could argue he is a better talent than Tom Brady is.
But he has a better arm. Josh Allen has a phenomenal arm. Is Josh Allen better than Tom Brady?
Aaron Rodgers on a deep ball is undeniable.
So by your guys' logic, Josh Allen.
No, not. I mean,
all of these other dudes because they have like better arms and they can run. Kyler Murray because
you're saying that Tom Brady has better playmaking ability than Aaron Rodgers. Better, like when the pocket breaks down. I'm sorry?
Define playmaking ability because that could mean a lot of things. Because obviously Rodgers is more athletic.
Quarterback has to move.
But think about it like this.
Rodgers is better rolling out. Rodgers is just going to be better altogether when he's better playmaking. I mean,
who's better at leading a team, bro? That's what the quarterback position's about.
Eli Manning.
A team.
When you look at
Tom Brady's the best leader in sports. Tom Brady can make all the throws. Tom Brady can read any defense.
Tom Brady's been in the league like 8 more years than not 8, but a lot more than Rodgers. Like, I mean, dude, he was like an old man.
Phenomenal. Rodgers is great, but I just it's annoying to me when people just say he's better than Brady, and their only reason is because he's more talented. That's not what it's about. It's about winning games. LeBron is an insanely talented player. Is he the best basketball player? Nah. Why? Because it's about intangibles.
He's Brady not even the most talented basketball player. He's for sure way down the list in talent.
LeBron James?
Oh, yeah. In talent alone, I mean, you're going to put – I think if we're looking at talent, like, dude, I mean, we'll talk about this later in a video, but you got to put Kevin Durant and, like, Curry over him in talent.
That's not what I'm saying. Those dudes worked on their game. Steph Curry wasn't, like – a naturally born, like, talented guy. He was in the gym shooting. LeBron was born insanely talented at everything. He was great at football. You
got to talk about natural talent then, and not.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what Aaron Rodgers is. The little flick of the wrist, 60 yards. That's natural talent. Yeah, Tom Brady can't do that, but that.
But you're saying that accuracy and, like, the ability to read the defense like Rodgers does. Dude, I'm just.
Why can't Rodgers do that against the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game?
That was.
But he can do it against the Bears, who have Chris Conte and Major Wright as their safeties. My Bears. That's who he's balling out against, and that's where you guys are falling in love. Why can't he do it in the NFC Championship game?
I think Aaron Rodgers has had a string of bad luck in those NFC Championship games.
He's going to come out. I honestly
he's going to come out and win it this year.
He's won one of them.
Couldn't even have 7 rings.
And it was against my team, and we
Brady
had
and Jordan
Haney
would still have the same amount of rings if they fucking ran the ball in that fucking field goal last year, dude. I mean, you're acting like Rodgers is the one that's.
He could have ran the ball in. He could have ran the ball in, and he decided to throw it in between 3 dudes.
You're acting like Rodgers is the one losing all these games, like that game in Seattle. He put up the quarterback. He put up the points. He lost in overtime.
Football is a complete team game. It's not. I mean, Tom Brady isn't the fucking clear-cut winning.
Watch all those games. Super Bowls,
and I'm not.
Dude, it's always down to Brady. Better than always Brady, comes down to Brady.
I mean, dude, maybe the Falcons won, but defense played a huge role as well.
The first one came down to Tom Brady. He let him down.
What was it? The first play of overtime. He let that streak right down the field. I mean, dude, that was just bad defense. You can't say that Aaron Rodgers is the reason that happened. Dude, he balled out that game.
What game?
Against the Seahawks? I mean, he had a shitty fourth quarter, but, dude, he put up
look at the stats and go watch the game, Vinny. I watched the game.
They were down that whole game until the defense started blowing.
Dude, Russell Wilson threw 4 picks that game, and he didn't do shit. Tom Brady threw 3 straight fucking picks in the NFC Championship game, and he did shit with it. So his defense was showing out. His team showing out.
But then you're gonna let that big comeback happen when you were up. Like, it was, what was it? They were down almost 10 points going into the second half of the game, and then your defense just lets it up.
So score was 28-22. Score at halftime 16-0.
And you're saying,
I mean, why couldn't Rodgers score more than 6 points in the second half?
You're saying that those 15 points from the Seahawks is Aaron Rodgers' fault. I mean, dude, it was 22-7 at one point in that game, I think.
Yeah, but I seem to remember late in that game,
how is that Rodgers' fault? First game,
Rodgers not converting on third down.
The ball in overtime.
Late in that game,
Rodgers didn't even get to see the ball in overtime in that game. Atlanta, he got shit on. Like, that defense though did get shit on. Matt Ryan had a great game that game.
But the Falcons' defense wasn't like crazy good.
That was their best defense, like, that they've.
Yeah, it was their best defense, but they weren't like so good to where you should have got like shit on.
I mean, dude, the Patriots got shit on in the first half of that game. They did choke it,
but he came back. See, that's the intangibles. That's what I'm talking about right there.
I guess.
See, Bron gets shit on, gets swept. Jordan, if he's getting shit on, bro, he's gonna come back and dub. That's the intangibles. The difference,
true.
man.
I mean, Brady did lose to Nick Foles
44 to
And
21.
Eli Manning. I mean, Tom
and
Brady
Eli
has
Manning
lost.
twice.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. Bro, Tom Brady got the ball with 8 minutes left in that game, bro. It was 10-7, all right? And then he drives him down. He scores a touchdown, throws it to Moss. There's like 2 minutes left. Belichick just needs to stop Eli Manning from scoring a touchdown. And David Tyree has like glue on his helmet and makes an insane catch. And then Plaxico Burress is wide open in the end zone. So it was a lucky win. The second one, yeah, he lost. But that Eagles Super Bowl was bogus too. He played awesome. 500 yards.
Scoring Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, most points by a loser. Fucking dude, Belichick's losing to Nick Foles. Like, come on, man. And Brady's throwing for 500 yards.
I mean,
I don't know.
You
man.
can say Belichick is losing and stuff, but why can't you argue that fucking Aaron Rodgers' coach is losing on defense as well? I mean, it's
because he's getting
it's
4 picks
game.
off Russell Wilson and then 3 off Brady. Right?
I mean, you have to
Dude,
look at
okay. Forget the Seattle one. Focus on the Tampa Bay one more because that's 3 straight opportunities you had to score touchdowns and change that game, and you missed on all 3. You went 0 for on all 3, man. That's tough, man. Like that's bad.
I think I still think that last drive, I had total confidence watching that game and Packers to win that game, and they kicked the field goal. I just didn't see it. I don't know why you thought that you were going to be able to get the ball back and win it that game. I don't think Brady,
Well, it would have happened if that penalty didn't get called. But I mean, that Kevin King last penalty there, it would have worked out for Green Bay because that was a third down. But
they were calling tons of penalties. I completely forgot about that. They were totally there was a female ref who had a son that was named Brady. Come on, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
What if it's like Kyle Brady?
Totally rigged.
They were talking about this was her first playoff appearance, and I remember
first playoff appearance has a son that is named Brady.
Maybe she's a Brady Bunch fan.
Dude,
wanted to look like she was involved.
That chick isn't even old enough to be watching the Brady Bunch anyways.
I mean, no, you got to say Brady's a better quarterback. But Rodgers, you can't say that. You can't deny that he is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Not like top.
I didn't say that, but he's not. He's
the way you're talking.
Nowhere near Tom Brady, bro. Nowhere near him.
No one's near Tom Brady. Like, what quarterback can you say is nearly as good as Tom Brady?
Peyton Manning, and like.
I mean, but then you got to look at he only has 2 rings.
Yeah, but dude, I guess like the rings are awesome for Brady, but like Manning was like in control of his team always.
I know,
just
Manning
like Brady's in control of his team. Rodgers
was a great leader.
Rodgers is the best solo act.
And he only won 1 ring.
He's a solo act. He's just like he's just all about Rodgers. That's it.
No, I completely disagree with that. I mean, he just brought in Randall Cobb, who is completely past his prime. Randall Cobb still wants to play with Rodgers.
Is that for the good of the team to bring in a dude who's old and not good?
No, but it just shows his character and that these dudes want to play with him. These guys, even that got shit on by the organization, still want to come back and play with this guy because that's how much they respect him.
Dude, it's the organization's job to not fucking get guys like Clay Matthews and Randall Cobb.
I mean, I totally agree, but calling him a solo act, I mean, can't
he
after
is.
guys are coming back to play with him after.
Dude, guess what? When he won the Super Bowl, okay, he played Jay Cutler and Caleb Haney and my Bears to get there. And then he plays Ben Roethlisberger, and his defense was second in the league that year. They were beast. Charles Woodson. His team was awesome. And then, like, man, I don't know, man. He wasn't even like that great that year. He didn't even make the Pro Bowl that year. Look at his numbers.
Pro Bowl is a crapshoot. Pro Bowl
it's one of his worst seasons.
Pro Bowl is absolutely a crapshoot. I mean,
let's cool the water here. We're
we're
getting a little heated on Aaron Rodgers. All right. We're getting a little heated on Aaron Rodgers. We were talking about players out of their prime, so let's move this over. What do you guys feel about the bullshit that everyone's been fed about Terrell Owens saying that he could make an NFL comeback?
Dude, that's complete crap. That's not happening. I was totally surprised they were even bringing that up. Really quick, just to close it off, because I feel like we didn't end that, and then we'll get back into it. But to me, obviously, you can't deny Tom Brady's accolades. I think Aaron Rodgers is incredibly talented. I personally am a fan, even though I probably shouldn't be because from Detroit, but I think he's an undeniable talent. Am I going to say he's better than Tom Brady? You can't because of the career and the accolades, but I think talent-wise, he's
just say
up
it.
there.
You want to say it. You think he's better, and we'll leave it at that. Right?
I mean, if you were a true NFC North fan coming from the Bears and the Lions to like hometown fans right here, you gotta give Aaron Rodgers his props though when you're looking at it, because like
dude, I'm not
didn't see him as
saying
much
that,
as Brady.
Bro. He's a great player. He's awesome. He's
but you got to look at our perspectives. We saw Rodgers more than Brady. Like, I mean, I wasn't watching Tom Brady when he was winning all these championships. I was a Lions fan because I wasn't into the game as much. I was a casual fan. But, I mean, watching Rodgers, it's like off the eye. That's what gets most fans is eye test. And it's just, he's a great player.
He is.
No, I mean, can't argue with that. We probably did enough arguing on that topic, so we can move on.
Terrell Owens, 4.5 on his 40. Race Tyreek Hill. I mean, he could come play, but at what point do you think that those almost 50-year-old joints would just crumble? First hit he takes, I feel like.
He's not coming back to play.
You put Aaron Donald in like a little bit of a spy coverage one day. I know he rushes most of the time, but you could see him back up. Terrell Owens over the middle. Boom. Get a stretcher.
Dude, get out of
Call
here,
it
man.
Granny. You need.
T.O. has been retired 11 years. There's no way, especially with his antics. I mean,
if nobody's picked him up by now, it's just.
If he was planning to come back even 2 to 3 years after, I don't think anybody would have picked him up.
And if we're talking about failed comebacks, can we just take a moment of silence for the Tim Tebow train over in Jacksonville?
You know, that's a bogus thing. I don't even know why he did that, Urban Meyer. Why bring him back, bro? Like, dude, he was a quarterback his whole life.
Clearly showed he didn't have what it takes. Like, he tried to throw a block and he got pushed around.
Yeah, but dude, he never ever blocks, bro. Who the fuck? Did you guys really think when they picked up Tim Tebow that he was gonna be a blocker for them? I didn't think so. I thought he was gonna be like a Taysom Hill, like short yardage, goal line type dude.
That's probably what he should have been. And
Tebow
just
Taysom
weren't
Hill
giving him
actually
the opportunity.
Like Taysom Hill from like 2 years ago that just ran every single time he touched the ball. That Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's different though. Taysom Hill is like more of just a positional player, like an athlete. Tebow,
Tebow was an athlete.
I thought Tebow was just going to play tight end. Were they going to put him in the backfield?
You thought Tebow should never have been running routes. Seriously.
I thought Tebow was going to be able to actually have somewhat of an advantage playing quarterback before knowing what they would want to look for.
Dude, I saw a clip where he totally ran the wrong route
Yep.
and was looking. It was funny. But
Oh, are you
yeah,
talking
No,
no,
about in the
because he
yeah.
Jackson
shouldn't
game
even
when
be
the
running
receiver
routes,
caught the
bro.
ball right in front of him?
It's ridiculous that he was running routes to begin with. He
You
should
guys
just
gonna
be
be
like, if anything, it's just be like drag or like a slant, just something short, so like he can like or goal line, something like fullback type shit. That's what he should be doing.
watching
But
week one though, despite Tim Tebow, how do you guys feel about, let's say, the five quarterbacks that came out of this draft? And what do you guys think about it? We had Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Justin
I'm still
Fields.
rocking with Trey Lance. I think he's got the most
Fuck
potential.
God. Didn't
And
he go like 4 for 9 or 5 for 9? He had the
there
worst
was there was a lot of
percentage out of all of
dropped
them.
passes though by the receivers that won't come up on the stat sheet.
I'm
Like
looking at it
four or
now.
five of those passes were dropped by the receivers. So
I still don't think that Trey Lance is going to be able to be even comparable to Justin Fields. Like, I don't think that he's going to be on a level. I'm starting to think Mac Jones might not be the biggest bust. I'm not putting all my confidence in him though. Justin Fields was definitely the best looking to me though. Ball came off his hand spectacularly again. That was my favorite thing about him at OSU. Go Buckeyes. Um, he's got the best release right now. And in my almost in football, I mean the ball comes off his hand so perfectly. He's got great mobility. He ran the ball perfectly into the end zone, put his shoulder down. I like that. I think that he's going to be a great quarterback, and he's going to be even better than Dak Prescott, who they compared him to in the combine.
well, I mean, I'm a big Justin Fields guy, obviously, but I thought Trevor Lawrence looked good. I thought
Six
Zach
for
Wilson
nine.
looked good. I think Mac Jones has been looking good, but um, this may be a rare class that like everybody is pretty solid at least, because I mean I don't really see. I mean, I could see Zach Wilson just kind of shit in the bed against like good ass defenses, kind of, but like I don't know, like Trey Lance did look kind of shaky at times in his preseason. He had that 80-yard bomb, but I thought overall Fields looked the best of the quarterbacks. Just he looked the most comfortable. He was making plays, and he's on my squad, so I'm gonna be a little biased.
for sure, I mean, nobody has really disappointed yet in those QB camps. I mean, it's really a crapshoot right now at who could be a bust. QBs though, Deshaun Watson, what's going on with him? Is he gonna return to the Texans?
I'm not going to get into my thoughts on the whole Deshaun Watson case. It's just like a little bit touchy of a topic to talk about, but I don't think so. I think that the team is kind of in a full understanding that he's not their quarterback. I heard, what was it, a week ago, that he was looked at as their third string at practice right now. I don't even think he's throwing. So I I mean, what's the point? Did he play in the preseason game?
No.
Yeah, if he's not playing in the preseason game and he's third string, I don't think that he's going to play. It's kind of like a Jimmy Garoppolo situation. They could use him as a good trade bait, but I mean, who really wants that? Is the case? I This case has really been dragged out. I thought that they would put a little bit more action on this, but I mean, I hope that he's
Where
he
should he go? What team should he go to?
I always thought it was awesome last year when we were talking, or 2 years ago when that third pick was available from the Lions. I really wish that we could have picked him up. I know that's biased saying that, but I thought Philadelphia definitely would be a great landing spot for him. Jalen Hurts, I don't think is going to be the guy for too much longer. They're going to give him one more chance, but I think that Philadelphia would be a great spot for him.
A lot of people are expecting Jalen Hurts to have a pretty big season, so you might be on the opposite side of that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I know he had a crappy preseason game. It's just the preseason. Made a
Right.
good passes to Devontae Smith, but I mean, I really don't see it, and I don't see it in Jalen Hurts's pocket composure. I don't think that he's going to be able to make a lot of plays with his arm while he's not on the run. So I think that you should just go with Deshaun Watson if you could pick him up and take the like guaranteed talent that he's already displayed. I still hope that this case goes in the right direction for him because I think that he was going to be not the best, but one of the best African American quarterbacks in this league.
Well, I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks in general in the league. I mean, he's a top 5 quarterback, easy, and um, he's only 25 years old. I don't think he'll ever play for the Texans again, but I think a team like the Raiders should pick him up. I think that'd be a really cool fit, honestly. But or a team like the Broncos or some young good team that's just you know that would just fit him. But I mean, obviously we ain't gonna get into what's going on with him, but um I don't think he'll play for the Texans again though, and but yeah, I think the Raiders would be a good fit, man. Henry Ruggs, Renfro, and then Josh Jacobs, and obviously Darren Waller, they'd have a really good team, and Gruden there, and maybe the Raiders could come back, legendary franchise. So I think that'd be a good fit.
I really do. I like the Raiders a lot. I think if you're the Texans, you need to do whatever you can to resolve this case and get your QB back because, I mean, Texans history, I mean, Deshaun is easily one of the top players. I mean, they had 3 of their top 5 players at one time with J.J. Watt, Hopkins, and Watson, and they shit the bed with Watt and Hopkins already. I mean, Watson
No
is
doubt.
so young. I think you have to do whatever you can to get him back, and his trade value is just super down right now, especially after the allegations. And I think you're not going to get what his value is from any team. And I think if I was the general manager, I would tell Deshaun Watson, dude, stop being weird, stop being a fucking weirdo, get your shit together and get on the field and let's win some games. I mean, they got to build around him. I mean, the Texans, dude, horrible franchise. They need to retain their best player.
Let's just keep it short and sweet here and say Bill Cosby was free. Will Deshaun be? Question mark.
I mean, we were just talking about this, Mike Vick. If Mike Vick can do what he did and come back, I think
Hey, times
Deshaun
are different.
Watson can get his
We're in
soul.
2021, almost 2022. We're better now, all right? We have morals in America.
I mean, what Mike Vick did though was like very normal in his community. Like,
Right.
like
Yeah,
they just fight dogs.
He
Like,
thought that was
where he's
just
from.
that was just whatever.
I watched it 30 for 30. I'm not gonna act like I know everything. I just watched the 30 for 30 about it, and they, fight dogs where he's from. So I understand it. If you grow up, that's all you know. So
Dude, I hear about that Deshaun case. Ugh. That looks like a lot of nasty business when you got to focus on leading a team to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
well, they ain't going to a fucking Super Bowl, man.
Fuck the Texans, man. Kyler Murray's the next Deshaun Watson. Let's just keep it straight.
They might go as fans.
Yeah, just a quick little question. I was touching on this topic earlier with my analyst Jalen, but shockingly, starting in October, OnlyFans will not be allowing sexual videos or explicit content on their pages. Ryan, does that do anything to you emotionally or mentally?
Um, no, it really doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think that I'm
Doesn't for me
financially going to
either.
benefit
yeah.
from this one.
I have not invested into OnlyFans, and I didn't plan to. So, you know, not much of news for me. So
Just comment when you're tipping a star on OnlyFans. I wanted to ask when they do update this that they do make it a little easier to tip. I thought it was more like like a Facebook Marketplace ad when I tipped them. They had a little timer going. I think that this will be great for me personally. Hopefully, I'll get out there more. The Tinder account has been popping. I think that it hurts. Corinna was definitely going to be a great prospect for that little neck of the woods over on OnlyFans, but we'll get through. We'll get through.
and with that, I think that concludes this episode of the Fadeaway. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Leave
And
any ideas down below. And
did you guys bet on those over 7.5 wins for the Lions? That week one preseason game was just a little fluke, you know what I mean? Like they've been roiding up Josh Allen for a little bit, and Singletary was seen with needles before the game, so I don't think that was anything that the Lions could do about it. 7.5 wins, understatement.
Don't do
14-4 this year, even though we only have 17 games. 14-3. Super Bowl next year with our new quarterback. You guys have a great night.
Who is it? Oh, I'll ask you later.
all right, peace.
Tonight.